Okay, now we're going to talk about adding two numbers or two addends that have different signs. And this is where the rules change, and there's a lot that has to happen here. So for example, in the first example, let's suppose that we have -4 plus a +2. So what you have to determine first is which addend has the greater absolute value, which is farther away from 0. -4 is 4 spaces away from 0 in the negative direction, while +2 is only 2 spaces away from 0 in the positive direction. So the number with the greater absolute value is actually -4. That is the sign that your answer will have. Whichever number has the greater absolute value, that's the sign that your answer will have. So our answer here will be negative. Then what you have to do is, because the two signs have, the two addends have different signs, you actually subtract these two numbers. So what you would do is take the absolute values, which would be 4 and 2, and you subtract the smaller from the larger. So you would do 4 take away 2. 4 take away 2 is 2. And since -4 had the greater absolute value, our answer is negative. The answer here is -2. Another way that you can show this to kids is through pictures. And here's what you would do. Take your -4, draw 4 negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you draw your 2 positives. 1, 2. What we talked about in class is that a positive and a negative cancel each other out. It's like you owe someone $1, and then you get $1. So I owe someone $1, so I'm -1 in debt. And then someone gives me $1, so now I'm +1. But I have to give that $1 over to someone else. So how much money do I actually have? 0. And so a negative and a positive, one negative and one positive, can cross each other out. 1, 2. What you are left with is the answer to your problem. We have 2 negatives left over, so our answer is -2. I'm going to do another example. For example, +5 plus a -3. The first thing you have to determine is which addend has the greater absolute value. This number is 5 units away from 0. This one is 3 units away from 0. This number actually has the greater absolute value. So our answer will have the same sign as that number. Our answer will be positive. Then, because they have different signs, you actually subtract the 2 absolute values. So the absolute value here would be 5, and the absolute value here would be 3. We take the lesser from the larger. 5 take away 3 is 2. So our answer is +2. For some students, it's very hard to remember all those things. So what you can do instead with those students, they can draw pictures. So we have 5 positives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 negatives, 1, 2, 3. 1 positive and 1 negative cancel each other out. And what you are left with is the answer to your problem. We're left with 2 positives, so our answer is +2. This is how you add integers when the two addends have different signs.